Hi friends, this video should help you get the 2k damage badge. Now a few people have recently been asking me, how do you get the 2k damage badge? So I thought I'd put together this guide and this video to help you get the 2k damage badge. The 2k damage badge is actually one of the easiest badges to get in the game, and a lot of people do have it, but there are still plenty that don't. So this video will help you if you're still trying to get the 2k damage badge for the first time, or perhaps you already have it on some legends but want to get it on other legends. For you more advanced people, I've already made a video on how to get the 4k damage badge. You can check that out by clicking the eye icon in the top right corner of the video. Let me start by talking about the strategy you need to use to get the 2k damage badge, and then I'll go into a few other tips that will help you get the 2k damage badge. Also, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button just down below, join the community and help us grow together to get our next goal of 10k subs. So the first thing to think about getting the 2k damage badge is the mentality you go into the game with. Now I'm going to assume you're not the kind of player that can just run into any fight and just wipe squads out, because in reality, if you could do that, you'd probably already have the 2k damage badge. So what you need to do is change your mindset and think specifically about damage from range and not just trying to get kills. In fact, when you're trying to get the 2k damage badge specifically, kills don't really matter. It's all about hitting your shot and doing damage. So I would say focus on landing in an area where there's maximum one other squad and focus on getting the right loot and not trying to take early fights if you can help it. For the first 1 to 3 rings, concentrate on doing damage from range. See my weapon choices tip a bit later on in this video and that will tell you which weapons to use. But in terms of how you move through the game, think about the first 3 rings being more about just focusing on damage from range. Then as the ring gets smaller, that's when you'll need to prepare for fighting closer. But overall, the main strategy for the 2k damage badge is to focus on damage from range and only taking close fights when you really need to, or when the ring gets so small that you have to take close fights. Unlike the 4k damage badge, you don't really need to take as many fights, so you can be a little bit more passive and focus on holding the edge of the ring, but I'll get into that a bit later in this video. Let's talk about weapon choices then for the second tip. Grab a long or mid-range weapon and an SMG. My recommendation would be either a Hemlock or a G7, but you can use a sniper if you're able to hit your shots, in which case I'd recommend the Sentinel. Don't forget we're talking about damage, and the Sentinel does the most damage per shot out of any floor loot weapon. Alternatively, the other snipers are pretty good. For example, the triple take can be useful for racking up some easy damage. For the SMG, again I'd recommend a Volt or an R99, but go with whatever you feel comfortable using. The main point is, you want one weapon where you can deal damage from a good range, and one weapon for as the ring closes in, you can finish off and take those close range fights. The third tip is about positioning, so try to reposition after doing damage. What I mean is, on a map, especially like Olympus, when you're dealing damage from range, you're also creating a lot of noise, and that will tell other squads exactly where you are. So after doing some good damage, you want to make sure you keep moving. Don't just stay in the same place, because it's more than likely you'll then get third partied, and we know on Olympus it's so easy to move around the map quickly because of all the travel methods, so you really want to be moving after doing some damage. And my fourth tip fits quite nicely with this thought process, because my fourth tip is to play the edge of the ring. Now this tip, like I said, works well with any of the previous tips, because you want to try and focus on moving in with the edge of the ring. This will increase your chances of being able to continue the mid to long range fights and build up your damage without getting stuck between squads or fighting multiple battles too close up. The key thing with this is really just don't push into the ring too early. As the zone comes in, walk slowly into the ring, try and hold your position and rotate around the edge of the ring rather than pushing deep into the ring. Like I said, this should really help you maintain your range and allow you to hit damage or continue to hit damage from range. My fifth and final tip is try ranked for your 2k damage badge. Now obviously this tip only works if you don't play ranked often and perhaps you're lower down in the ranks because of that, e.g. maybe you're bronze or silver, but because of this you'll be grouped with lower tier players and the skill based matchmaking will be a lot more constrained because of that, compared to a standard pubs match where you could easily be paired with a Masters or a Predator. And that's it, a really simple guide to get your 2k damage badge. If you do all of these things together, they really should work. Like I said, the 2k damage badge isn't that hard. Think about these tips, try and focus your strategy to what I recommend in this video, and While it might not be as fun as just running around killing the whole lobby, I'm assuming you're not able to do that anyway if you don't have the 2k damage badge, so have a think about the tips in this video, and hopefully they'll help you out. Good luck in getting your 2k damage badge, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, I'll catch you later. By the way, did you know I stream every Saturday at around 7 PM UK time? Most of these I'll actually be playing with anyone that wants to play with me, so you can actually join in with me and we can play some Apex Legends together. So come join me for my next stream on Saturday. I look forward to seeing you there.